President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga are not careful, then they are going to be embarrassed by the deputy president William Samoei Ruto. I want to repeat myself. If President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga are not careful, then they are going to be embarrassed by the deputy president William Samoei Ruto. The deputy president is still very young, ambitious, aggressive, and everything is going according to his plan. And above that, the deputy president was with Moi in 1992, when Moi defeated Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, Kenneth Matiba, and Moi Kibaki. He was right there. The deputy president William Samoei Ruto was again present in 2002, when President Uhuru Kenyatta was defeated by Moi Kibaki. He was right there. Again, the deputy president was present with Raila Odinga in 2007, when Raila Odinga's victory was stolen. Again, the deputy president was with the President Uhuru Kenyatta in 2013 and witnessed how Raila Odinga's victory was being stolen by the system. Again, in 2017, he was still there and witnessed how IBC was used to rig elections. So that's a man you don't take for granted. So President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga must be very careful. Otherwise, if they are not, they are going to be embarrassed. But today, I want to give them free advice, unsolicited, and I don't want any penny from them. 5 things which they must do to stop being embarrassed by the deputy president William Samoei Ruto. Because if they want to do these 5 things, then watalia kwa choo. The first thing they must do is to change IBC. There have been calls to reform and change IBC. And those who have been following the politics in this country, the deputy president and his allies are completely opposed to the changes to the IBC. As things stand today, we have only 2 commissioners. Are there 2 or 3 remaining? So the best thing for Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta is to overhaul that IBC. Why should they overhaul it? In 2017, the guy who was tasked by Jubilee government to deliver the victory was none other than the deputy president William Samoei Ruto. Ezra Chiloba was his guy. Let's just talk the reality. And that's why Ezra Chiloba went and is still there. In 2013, the guy who was used to rig the elections was actually Davis Chirchir, his man. In 2017, it was found out that Davis Chirchir logged into IBC servers. So in short, the deputy president was part and parcel of the current structures, IBC structure, which delivered the presidency to Uhuru Kenyatta. So if Uhuru is serious and really serious, then they must push for disbandment of that IBC. They must do that. And I want to say something which most of you might have not realized. There's been this call that political parties should actually go ahead and nominate commissioners to the IBC. I read it as a strategy by Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga to actually fix what I'm trying to say here. By pushing for political parties, it would mean one thing. That if you're going to have 9 commissioners or even 10 commissioners, a lot of these 10 commissioners, political parties are going to recommend names. I see a situation where the deputy president is going to be locked out of these commissioners. And that would be good for them. If they don't do that, they're going to have a problem. I'm saying this because if you believe today were to nominate commissioners, let's say 3 to IBC, I am sure the deputy president will be cut off. He won't be part of that. Then the other party would be ODM, which probably would nominate 2, then maybe Wiper, maybe ANC. And it will mark the end. Probably they'll have 2 others which are nominated not from political parties, either from the civil society or from churches. So unless they do that and lock the deputy president out of that IBC, or even if the deputy president will have to be part of it, the current IBC must be changed. If it won't be changed, then it means the footprints of the deputy president will still be all over it. Now, that's the first reality. If you are in doubt, I want to read your comments. The second thing they must do, which Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga must do, is that they must make sure that the Building Bridges initiative is passed. Failure to pass the Building Bridges initiative would mean victory for the deputy president. The deputy president should not be allowed any victory. In 2005, when Raila Odinga defeated Mwai Kibaki in the no campaigns, that's what Raila Odinga used to propel his 2007 general election. So if these guys are serious about the Building Bridges initiative, then they must make sure it goes through. If they are not serious, then that process must abort at this stage. Any attempt to take it to the people and it's defeated will hand the deputy president the momentum which he needs. If they'll have to go through parliamentary way, then it means they'll have to bulldoze it through parliament. Because, it's normally very easy to oppose things. That's why the deputy president is currently talking about corruption, because it's outside. When you are inside, it's very difficult to defend. So Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta must make sure, for their own political good, that they must pass the Building Bridges initiative. If they don't, their politics is gone and gone and gone. I know you can argue that the system will change everything, which is okay. But even when you are stealing, that stealing will require perceived numbers. So that's number 2. Number 3, the third thing these guys must do is that they must start fighting the war on corruption. And not just fight it. They must sacrifice some of their 2 close allies. Because today, the deputy president can stand on a platform and talk about corruption and say that these guys are involved. So the best thing, especially this COVID thing, these guys must find the people who are responsible. If they are Raila Odinga's friends in that particular scandal, if they are Uhuru Kenyatta's friends in that particular scandal, these guys must be sacrificed for the purposes of 2022 general election. Because if they are not sacrificed, then the war on corruption is going to be turned against them. So if Murade is in it, the investigations which Uhuru Kenyatta gave, I think they were given 30 days or 21 days, then if that report will implicate David Murade, Uhuru Kenyatta must sacrifice him. If on the other side it will come and implicate Raila Odinga close ally, then Raila Odinga must sacrifice that ally. And they've started on a good footing, by the way. On the correct footing, by the way. The arrest of Obado on corruption, followed closely by the arrest of the Tharaka Nithi governor, and then closely now by the Garissa governor, in my view, is the step in the right direction. But these guys must sacrifice some of their close friends so that Kenyans can start thinking or can start perceiving them as serious on the fight against corruption. If they won't do that, then again, the deputy president will use that against them. Number 4, politics of money. The deputy president, in his entire history, has never played politics without money. So, according to deputy president, he accumulated a lot of wealth because he knew he was going to face the people. He knew money can buy people. So Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, and this is my free advice to them, they must also be ready, because these 2 gentlemen are not poor. Uhuru Kenyatta is very rich. Raila Odinga is also very rich. So these 2 gentlemen must be ready to use money. Ruto joined politics in 2002. I mean, in 1992. And during that time, there was the Youth for KANU. That was the first time Kenyans saw 500 shillings note. And many of them became billionaires out of that. And that's why in Kisii yesterday, when the DP president was talking of dynasties versus hustlers, and he gave example of Raila Odinga, Sijui supermarket, I was taken aback. Because in his entire political life, the DP president has never played politics. Ile struggle. His has been the politics of money, benefit. So he understands how money can be used. So Uhuru and Raila, lazima kama wana pesa, lazima watafute pesa. Waweke kwa mkono za vijana. Kwa wamama. So it will be money for money. Policy for policy. If they don't do that, they won't do that. The DP president is currently perceived to be, okay, if you say the DP president has stolen, the perception outside there is that Ujama ameiba, which is okay, people are not denying, but ameleta, amekula na watu. What about you? Wewe umekula, na hiyo pesa umekula iko wapi? So these guys must start and prepare themselves for the politics of money. Lazima watafute pesa. That's the reality, and that's the truth which they must be told. If they're not going to be ready to play the politics of money, the deputy president is going to confuse them. Just like Jubilee confused ODM and NASA in the last election. NASA didn't have money. Jubilee had money. Jubilee had money which they had stolen from the people, and that money they used to convince people and to create perception. Politics is about perception. I remember so well how Jubilee ferried people just to fill Uhuru Park to convince the entire world that they had people. So pesa, Uhuru and Raila, if they are serious, they must get money. Number 5, the 5th thing they must do is to invest in propaganda. From all indications, the DP president is going to get dirty. So these guys must also be ready to get dirty. I know there are people around Raila Odinga who are trying to package Raila Odinga as the Mandela, as a statesman who should not get dirty. Raila Odinga has only one chance, 2022. I know people around Uhuru Kenyatta who are telling Uhuru Kenyatta that he should not involve himself in those dirty politics. For him, he just needs a legacy. And that legacy is projects. And remember, Kipchumba Murkomen reminded him the other day that Uhuru Kenyatta's legacy will not be measured with what he's going to achieve in terms of development. That it will be measured on how he treated his deputy. So Uhuru Kenyatta's legacy will only be remembered if he will succeed in destroying the deputy president completely and brings on someone who will take over the country after him, and probably that guy will bring change to the country. Without that, it's zero. So Uhuru Kenyatta must be ready. I know the deputy president has the tongue. He has a running mouth. The deputy president can speak. He can twist things. How was he convincing the people of Kisii that Raila Odinga was born in supermarket? When Raila Odinga was born, Kenya had not even attained independence. So where was Jaramogi during that time? And where was the deputy president's father during that time? We had not attained independence. But he was able to convince people. And everything the deputy president touches with his mouth always sinks to the people. So these guys must be ready for propaganda. The kind of propaganda which Uhuru Kenyatta employed in 2017 and 2013, especially 2013, which convinced the people of Central Kenya that Raila Odinga is a very bad man, a devil. And then he must also invest in a propaganda which convinced the people of Central Kenya that Uhuru Kenyatta was indeed anointed by God. So they must be ready to invest in propaganda machine. When the deputy president will go dirty, they must get dirty. If they can't get dirty, the good thing, there are people who can do that. Hassan Joho can do the work for Raila Odinga. Uhuru Kenyatta also has people who can do the work for him. So they must check the deputy president. If the deputy president will go dirty, the way they are now going dirty with the Kenyatta family, I saw them the other day, after attacking Wamangina, they started unleashing some past agreement, how the Kenyatta stole lands, you know, some of the lands we were told zilikuwa za colonists, but they were bought. Most of those lands were never bought. They were actually grabbed. And these guys had started going dirty. So if they'll go dirty that way, Kipchumba Murkomen will go dirty. ODM must find someone to go dirty. Uhuru Kenyatta must find someone to go dirty. And of course, their advantage, they are with the government. They have intelligence. So they must be ready to play dirty. So if Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga will do those 5 things, then they'll stop the deputy president. But if they want, they are going to be embarrassed in 2022. That's my take. I don't know what you think. Let me know whether you have a different perspective of what you think these 2 gentlemen must do to stop the deputy president. I know you are going to tell me about the system. Even if the system was going to rig, you can only rig where it's possible. This guy was with the system, so he knows he will try to seal those loopholes, which Raila Odinga was not able to seal. Remember, in this country, Chris Msando had to die. In this country, Saitoti. Where was Saitoti? Where is Saitoti? Wewe bana, wacha mchezo. Thank you guys, and please, may you enjoy your day.